Hello, world. Welcome back to Golf Subpar. Colt Knost, Drew Stoltz, coming to you from the first ever, the Larry. My man, how we doing, Sleaze?
It's been a day, bud. It's been a great day. Good to have you. Touch me one time, getting in from Pebble. I know you had a little stress on that deal, but, man, sun up to sundown, this thing was we're going to put a lot of stuff out on social. It was about as good as you could have hoped for. Everybody showed up. Everybody participated. We damn near lost Billy Horschel to a lake. That's I think that video is going around. I don't know. It just happened. But football in the lake, Billy put his life on the line for that deal. That was probably the highlight of the day, but a lot of good shit, man.
Man, he's a team player. Got to thank Billy, all the pros, all the celebs for coming out. I got to thank one of our guests, Jordan Spieth, who got me here. Or otherwise, I'd still be probably connecting through Denver or something to try to get here. Gave me a ride. I got here in time to see the last 5 or 6 holes. Y'all did an incredible job. Got to give a huge thanks to you, Talia Foods, for putting on a great show. Y'all carried the load, considering we had to go to a Monday finish.
Oh, dude, I saw that it was happening. That one hole at Monterey, I was like, well, here we go. Now we're going to get, we got a few guys playing in this thing. Cole ain't going to be able to make it. I was like, and we're off. We had a good time, and yeah, it is good to have Air Jordan.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is
Air
not
Jordan
bad.
is nice.
I froze my ass off out there at Pebble. Justin Rose is your champion, which that's cool and all. We got a lot to get to, but I got to tell you.
Congratulations to Justin Rose, but we got the Larry's happening.
I marked off maybe possibly a bucket list, lifetime list item this past week.
Ooh, talk to me, Goose.
I was fortunate enough to have dinner with Clint Eastwood.
No shit.
How about
I didn't know that? Where I didn't get a heads up on that.
My man Jim Nance puts on an incredible dinner every year, Saturday night, and our special guest this year was Clint Eastwood, along with Eric Church, Ray Romano, and all the CBS golf team. But the fact that I never thought I'd meet that man in my life. Clint Eastwood, 92 years old, seen all his movies. Just an absolute legend. I mean, that's a real movie star right there. To sit there for 2-3 hours with him, unbelievable.
The mayor of Monterey, he's been in classics for forever. I mean, he's a staple at that thing. You get to shake that hand. That's one of the ones you remember. You know, there's a lot of cool dudes up there, by the way, with the pro-am portion going on, all that stuff. You mingle with a lot of guys, but Clint's on a different he's in a different stratosphere. They're all aspiring to be Clint. That's a hell of a time, but good to have you back. Larry went off with no glitches, had a great time. A huge shout-out to Rickie and Jordan for coming up. Rickie had to come up straight from the practice round. Got here late for the panel. The crowd came out, and now we really start drinking.
Yep.
This is the week, bud.
Here we go. The WM Phoenix Open is getting ready to get going, but right now we're going to share with you our interview with Jordan Spieth and Rickie Fowler live from the Larry. All right, it's our pleasure to welcome our first ever fireside chat guest to the Larry. 3-time major champion, coming off a T63 at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, Jordan Spieth, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
Jordan,
you.
welcome to the Larry, bud. It's a pleasure to have you. As you look around here and see all these faces, do you ever think, like, man, if I just was a little shittier at golf and a little worse work ethic, I could be playing in the Larry today?
Yeah, I just think I'd be Wyndham right there. I'd just be. I will have gone from the Larry to go work out for an hour and then come back. Priorities. I mean, there's nobody here that would think about exercising right now.
You're right.
Speak for yourself.
Not even sweating. What a workout.
But seriously, it's obviously awesome to have you here. You're so great with your time. We know you're a busy man. We're here this week at the WM Phoenix Open. I know a tournament that you love, enjoy. Tell us what it's like for you, because a lot of people know it's going to be a shit show from start to finish here this week in Phoenix. This week it's a designated event. We got 23 of the top 24 in the world. The only one missing is your brother, Steven Spieth, who, for those of you who don't know, is normally the MVP of the Phoenix Open.
Yeah, I think he's up there. I think, and Brennan Morrow in the back can attest to this, I think they're heading to Cabo next weekend. And so I think that, by the way, if you want to be anyone when you grow up, you want to be Brennan Morrow.
I don't think Brendan Morrow can attest to anything right now. In his state
Anyway, my brother, they're having a baby soon, and I think that he couldn't swing the Phoenix Open parlayed into El Dorado.
He will be missed. There's no doubt about
it.
But for you, I mean, one of the best players in the world, a 3-time major champion. Obviously, 16 gets all the notoriety. You walk through the tunnel on 16. What's it like for you?
It's like you're going into an arena. I mean, obviously, and it's pretty exciting. Like, to be honest, it's a pretty easy shot that becomes more challenging because we never have a shot like it. And the idea in golf that you would get booed for something is something, if it happened every week, it'd just be whatever, you'd walk through there. But, I mean, you want to hit a shot and make a birdie and get the crowd going. And, I mean, it's the cliche that you hear everyone say. But, like, you know, typically I've got to take a piss before I go out there. They put a bathroom right in that tunnel really conveniently if you walk off 15, because if you wait, you know, you're just – it's rushing, and it's kind of nice to get out there. You feel a little more relaxed. And
We're going to put a cup in there this year, and that's going to be one of our silent auction items next year.
Jordan's piss. Start the bidding at
1 million.
10 grand. Yeah. Porter will buy it. He'll buy it and drink it. Yeah, exactly. You can drink it at the win. On 16, stay on 16. Because that's the hole that gets all the attention. All right, you know going in, if I had a great one, the crowd's going to love me. If I had a shitty one, I'm going to get wrecked. Do you ever take on a pin that, let's say, was a normal hole? You'd be like, I'm going to aim a little bit safe here and play it safe and have a putt. Does it ever change your shot selection, knowing that, like, I want to try to get some love here?
Well, I think the right pin is one you'd be aggressive to, because even if you miss it right, you know, you can still putt it from there. It's the left ones you got to worry about, because if you go left to the left ones, you know, it's just it's actually a hard up and down. So, you know, I honestly get on that tee and I sit there and say, you know, if I have a good number, attack because you have a wedge or a 9-iron in your hand. And if you don't, then, you know, play to 15, 18 feet and try. The hooping a longer putt is almost more exciting than if you were to hit it to like 2 feet and then knock it in. You know, like the shot's kind of – now if you're Sam Ryder and you make it –
yeah, you got to do what Sammy does.
If you're Sam Ryder and you make it, you know, that blows everything out. But like –
come on in.
Look who made it.
Oh, hello, friends.
The bell of the ball.
This is a better. The 16 there is a better. It's better to bring Rickie in. He's had.
Rickie, we're talking about pros you most want to punch in the face. Who would you say? And why is it Wyndham?
He's in better shape than me.
Well, we got to get
Check.
Rick Mike.
There we go. We good?
There he is. He's hot. He's hot.
Well, he's better looking than me, so I kind of don't like him for that.
We can take a poll of the women around here and see if that's true.
Jesus.
I'm going to go with JT.
A punch in the face?
Perfect.
Yeah. God, that'd be good, wouldn't it? You two in the octagon? That's actually the right weight class, too.
We are pretty similar. He's a little taller, but
Let's ask Jordan. Jordan, Rick, and JT in the octagon.
Rickie's sneaky. You got to watch out
He's
for
got
Rick.
that heart, that grit.
I think if we go to the ground,
athletic.
I think if we go to the ground,
ground and pound all day.
Yeah.
But on another note, for those in the back, Rickie Fowler's here.
These are the hard-hitting questions you just don't get asked.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
You just came from TPC. Played 9 holes. How's the course looking out there?
Pretty much the same as usual.
Drunk.
It was actually pretty loud for a Monday. They were all hanging over at 16, but the course is good as normal.
I knew Fuge disappeared for a little bit.
I didn't see him. Oh, okay. I was on the front line, so who knows where Fuge was.
We'll rebound on that. We're talking about 16. I just asked Jordan. You go in there, you know you're going to get love if you hit a good one. You're going to get destroyed if you hit a bad one. Do you ever just take on a shot that you wouldn't normally if it wasn't that hole and be like, I want to try to get everybody going? Or do you just play it stock?
You kind of, if you have a good number, you can be a little aggressive, but it's a little dicey because you can make 4 and 5 pretty quickly if you get left over there.
Jesus, they're just copying off each other's homework.
But you're a guy that goes in there, you normally try to rev the crowd up a little bit.
Because it becomes, at that point, you can adjust to that level of noise and it's constant. And then versus if you don't get everyone loud, you can hear all the chatter and drinks being made and drunk people. And
then you just get jealous.
Yeah, you kind of you hear a drink being made and you kind of want one. Yeah, like, so at least if it's loud, you can kind of take that in, recalibrate, and that's your normal. I'd say the only pin there that I really go at, is that front right pin.
Jesus.
Is there an echo in here?
Good Lord.
Maybe this is why they're really good at this game.
I guess, yeah. They apparently know what they're talking about. Let me ask you this, because 16, stay on it for a minute. If you do something cool, you got to have something planned. We've seen Harry Higgs go Girls Gone Wild out there, right? Sam Hoop did last year, went ape shit. The whole place went ape shit. James Hahn did the Gangnam Style dance. Do you have maybe this is just me, do you have a pre-canned celebration? Like, if I do something sick on this hole, this is what I'm going to do.
I don't. I wish I did. I'll think of something now. I'll actually.
Yeah, you gotta have something
I'll consult with you because obviously this is something that
I got a few
that
ideas.
You think about a lot.
I got a few ideas.
Yeah, I can't dance, so throws a lot of those celebrations out the window.
Right. There's a little nudity
All right,
goes
well,
a long way on that hole.
All right, well, maybe let's get to a more comfortable
You know what I
question
mean?
before we open it up for some Q&A. Obviously, Phoenix opens this week. We got the Super Bowl in town as well. I know you're a big Cowboy fan. At least you used to be, Jordan. You might be jumping the bandwagon like I am as well. Eagles, Chiefs, who we going with?
Well, as a former / current Cowboys fan, I'm going to choose the Chiefs because I hate the Eagles. And I just think that if Mahomes gets out of the pocket and does Mahomes stuff, then I think they win. And if they keep him in the pocket, then we'll see.
Jordan's a real football guy.
He's going to take over Kellen Moore's job here in a second. It's available.
Or Tony Romo's.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you. All right, let's move on over to Rickie Fowler.
What about
Who we
Rick?
going with? Eagles, Chiefs.
I'm a big Mahomes fan, so I like the Chiefs.
All right, so bet everything you got on the Eagles, especially you,
Popular.
Kevin. All right, should we open up some?
I got a
hold
question.
on. Who do you have?
Oh,
being
this,
the book.
This isn't how this works,
Being
Jordan.
the book, who do you have?
Unfortunately, I think the Eagles are going to win, and that's going to break my heart because I hate them. I absolutely hate the Eagles. Being a Cowboy fan like you, Philly fans are the worst. Sorry if any of you are out here. Especially you.
Right here.
Example, the
Case in
obnoxious
go.
guy in the crowd. Eagles
Case in
fan.
point, the loudest dude here, Eagles fan.
I hate it, but they're really good.
They are good. I go Chiefs. Been Chiefs from day one. They get clicking. That offense gets going in a dome. Favors the Chiefs. That's the pro pick.
we got three
That's
Chiefs.
the pro
in
pick.
2015, it was here, and it was. I don't. Rickie's been a part of the finish in this tournament a number of times. I've only been a part a couple of times. That was the wildest I've ever seen it here. And this year you have that and a couple other things going on. You got
The Larry.
horse show, the Larry, these concerts. So it's going to be a pretty incredible turnout. And then, like you mentioned, the field that's here,
23 of the top 24
it's
in the
going to
world.
be a pretty incredible tournament this year. I don't know if it'll get topped for another 5+ years after this.
I don't think people know this. Just to show you how strong the field is, this is normally a 132-man field. It's so strong they got to make sure that all the exempt players are in. They're at 136 this year, so we're playing over because that's how many people plan on playing between, career money, medical exemptions, and all that. They have to play more than enough.
And everything's cheap. Hotels. It's a good week to live in an RV, dog. You know what I mean? Where is that thing parked, by the way, and what's the code?
I think it's like outside of Fresno right now as it works
Okay,
its
there
way
it is.
here.
There it is. Before we open it up, I'll ask you one question because everybody here, big golf fans. Coming soon, the Netflix series, Full Swing, is about to be released. You guys are both in it. You're going to be featured heavily. What was it like having cameras around you all the time? Give us a little look. Like, was it just on course? Were they following you to dinner? What was that like for you guys to be documented for the first time?
I didn't have them go to dinner or into my home or anything like that, but they were there. They were there when you didn't want them there. They were there when you wanted them there. You certainly get quite a bit of insight. In the first episode, they did a lot of myself and JT going up to play a practice round at Southern Hills, which worked out because Justin ended up winning. So you see kind of the precursor to that whole situation and kind of what that's like when we go do something like that. So that was pretty, that was a lot of access, and then
I was
everyone's
shocked
a little
Southwest, like all those cameras on the flight.
Yeah, it
was nice of Southwest.
Bags fly free. I guess that's why it became easier.
Rick, how'd you like it? You're a guy that's featured in that thing. I know last year this was one of the first ones they were filming at. You were with Kygo doing not just on course, but off the course stuff. How'd you like it?
It was good. Myself and our production company have been a part of it kind of from really the start, and then Vox and the tour took it from there. And being able to get it with Netflix, with what they've done with Drive to Survive and everything, it's kind of worked out to be like a perfect scenario for the the series. JT and Jordan are highlighted in the first episode, and for me it was cool to see a bit more of JT and Jordan, how I see them when we're hanging out, messing around, playing practice rounds, what people don't normally get to see. So I don't think it's going to have the effect that Drive to Survive has had for F1 as far as the growth and viewership and the fans in the U.S., but if we can tap into a percentage of that, it only helps us. And I think just getting to, like Jordan said, you're going to see a lot more situations that you don't see. Everyone's used to seeing guys Thursday to Sunday on TV, how they talk to media, and this is a little bit more of who the guys really are.
Let me ask you this. As y'all were obviously in it, will you watch it?
I was just thinking about that earlier today. I don't think I'll watch the series. I mean, I saw the first episode because I wanted to see it, but I don't know. The next episode is like Brooks and Jenna at their house. I'm like, I don't really want to watch.
You're not into that? You're not into that?
know,
What
like-
episode is that again? I mean, just for the fans, dude. The fans want to know.
It's episode 2, Sleaze.
Like, what is it like?
I'm just saying,
shower
like
scenes?
I know the other guys. No,
It's hypothetical. Do you
sorry,
think?
Brooks. Sorry.
All right, so
It's
Jordan's
also,
a no.
but it's a really it's a really interesting situation because you have at least 3 or 4 guys highlighted that went to live that when they started going were anti-live, and so it's going to be that part I kind of want to see what happened there. So so maybe I will watch a little bit.
Yeah, I think we obviously know and understand a lot of the stuff that went on last year, but I think hearing like people's thoughts and opinions more like from themselves and talking to camera about situations going on and what was maybe going on in their day-to-day life, and that'll be interesting just to see like I said, we know how the tour and live everything played out and how it's going, but like what was going on day to day and just normal life.
Yeah, they picked a hell of a year to have it all happen.
Best year in terms of like drama. The tour is pretty drama free. This past year you got some. Do you guys have like full editing? Like let's say they come follow you in your house and they're like, hey, can you see that before and be like, don't put that in there. I shouldn't have said that or whatever. Or do they just say once it's said, like we own it, we can put whatever out we want?
For the most part, you can allow them in as much as you want or not. So like Jordan said, not really wanting to keep some, family stuff or the home private and different things like that. They'll come film whatever you let them film. But as far as being a part of editing and stuff like that, no, that's nothing guys are in on. I'm sure if there was something that was very controversial, they may not show it, or it might be something that come up as a question and you may be able to say yes or no. But with a lot of these series that they're doing, that was one of the reasons like I couldn't be involved as an executive producer or be tied to it, because I was in it and I wouldn't be able to see any content and be able to say yes or no or anything like that. So they kept the players out of anything, other than being able to, see it a couple weeks before it came out.
I would say they did do a really good job of being respectful when you asked them to do. Like it wasn't like they were like, no, we're here. They were given access that other people have never been accessed, especially by the majors. They were able to go into locker rooms at major championships and stuff like that. So they did a great job of making us feel comfortable enough to be able to say, hey, not right now, or like, whatever it may have been, while still capturing, if you didn't say anything, then they were going to shoot it. So
Well, it's going to be exciting. Comes out February 15th, I believe, for everyone to see. So go check that out. But right now, I think, we're here for y'all. So let's open it up for some questions out there from the audience.
You, son, in the blue shirt, little man in the front.
We're going to have a microphone going around. Claire?
Wyndham, you look like a guy that's trying to be a golfer. How do you shoot so low all the time?
can anybody here outdrive Wyndham?
All right. Anybody got a question? We got Claire with a microphone
Here we
over
go.
here.
Yeah, she's walking around. Raise your hand. Here we go.
All right, right here. You first. It should be on.
Check.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jordan, Rickie, what's the best shot you've ever hit? Where and when?
Probably not last week.
I hit this 5-iron from 110 yards, and it was sleeting sideways into me. No, go ahead, Rick. You were answering. I have an answer.
Actually, go ahead.
I hit a 6-iron at the Open Championship at Royal Birkdale on the 14th hole. I had lost the lead, and I hit a 6-iron and kind of almost made it, lipped it out, and it kind of got me going. But it was the prettiest 6-iron I've ever hit. It didn't leave just a straight ball at the stick and almost went in, and it kind of helped rearrange that Open Championship for me and close it out.
One of the drives I hit on 18 at the Players when I won.
That was nice. You only
Not 17.
That's just a wedge.
Well, I hit driver in regulation, then driver in the
that's
playoff.
right, yeah. You started
18,
those
not
like out
17.
over the, you just hit like straight
Like
balls.
right down the bulkhead.
Right down the
That was
kitty.
scary.
All right, good
I remember
question.
that.
Who we got
Good
next? We got
good shots,
back
by
here.
the way.
This one has to do with. I thought Max Homa was going to be here because it was in the email from Sleaze, but that's
So
okay.
sorry.
Sorry to
So sorry.
Sorry to disappoint.
I get it. He just won. He's really good.
It's
Very
actually,
entertaining.
it actually,
And you're done.
no. Just kidding. It actually applies to Jordan and Max. Jordan, are you offended at all that Golf.com is starting to say that Max is changing the game by giving his play-by-play on the hole with the earbud in at the Amex, when for 13 years we've literally heard play-by-play every shot you've taken?
No, I think actually Colt's changing the game on
First
the
off,
play-by-play.
we're trying to get him to do this with CBS, so don't discourage him.
I haven't seen it. Someone asked me that the other day. Actually, I hadn't seen or heard it. But that's if someone's willing to do that, that's awesome. It's great content.
No, it's great. You're one of my
And-
favorite, literally my
Thank you.
favorite golfers.
No, it's okay. You don't have to. You don't
yeah,
have to
too
go
late.
back. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you
okay.
wanted
No.
Max.
I just wanted to rip it.
Disappointed.
Okay, that's all right.
Someone called Max.
I'm a big Max fan too.
Don't worry, I signed you up at Byron Nelson for it. All right, who else we
This
got?
is the Larry.
So I know it's, the golf swing is your guys' job. So you're struggling with your swing. How do you kind of not take that home to your family and kind of just leave it at the door when you go inside when you're struggling?
I mean, I don't struggle anymore, so this is up to y'all. That's right. I haven't missed a cut in 3 years. Jordan?
I didn't miss a cut last week.
Who
that?
did?
No, I know. I'm just saying I barely made it. I made it on the number.
Thank God. I wouldn't be here. I'd still be at
To be honest, it's a good question. Like, I did bring it home, like, for a little while, and then, you just have to. It's not, it's not healthy, so you've got to learn to set. And honestly, I didn't know how to separate golf and home life when things were going great. But it's fine because you don't really have to. But when it's going to carry over negativity into something that doesn't deserve it, then you got to kind of learn how to deal with it, and that took a little while. It was a bit of a challenge for me, and then I think once I started to kind of learn how to do that and really be who I am at home, separate from whom I am as a golfer, which I never had to do before, and this was only a few years ago. But that was a big kind of turnaround for me where I could actually, I went to bed happy at night because things are good at home where it really matters. And then golf's golf. It's a game. And so I think it's a perspective thing. And for me, I don't remember exactly a time frame when it happened, but I just remember it kind of freed me up then to be able to be like, all right, I'm going to work today. I'm going to put in the work that's at work. Work's done. I don't take work with me. And, you bounce back and forth, right? Like I'm not perfect at doing that every day on both sides, but feel that I do a better job of it now.
I think for me, I've always been someone that's kind of been like a glass half full and always trying to look at the positives, even if it was a tough day or hard day at the office. We are pretty lucky that our office happens to be out on the golf course. So the perspective part that Jordan talked about, and then I think for both of us, since both of our little ones are about 15 months now, you get home and you see a little man or a little girl, and yeah, golf doesn't really matter at that point.
And it shouldn't matter for any of you out there except for Wyndham and Sam Ryder. Don't take it home. All right, next.
Yes, I guess I'm
No one else
only
can
Asian and Korean here. Just asking about how is
I'm part Asian.
Okay. What do you guys, to Jordan and Rickie, how you think about this Korean players that's coming up right now, the men's Korean PGA players?
I mean, you saw it kind of like through the LPGA Tour. I mean, it feels like over half the tour is Korean girls out there playing and dominating almost. And I feel just consistently over the last 10 to 15 years, you're starting to see more and more guys come over from Korea. They're very hard workers. They're not as scared to play every week. You see it with guys like Sungjae. I mean, he's just a road warrior, and they're damn good players, and I think a lot of it just goes to their work ethic and how much time that they put in. Yeah, it's impressive.
Where would you rank Sung Jae on your favorite list of players?
It's a top 5 for sure. I would say, the Tiger influence into our generation, it was kind of a KJ Choi influence into these. He took a lot of guys under his wing, and now you're seeing between Siwoo's so talented. Whenever he really puts his head down and, gives it a go, I mean, he could win anywhere. He won the Players. It's arguably the hardest place to win in golf. It's and then Sung Jae, KH Lee. Now you have Tom Kim coming up. It seems like the future is extremely bright there in Korea, and they love playing too. Like, I've gotten to know Tom Kim now pretty well over the last couple months, and it's actually kind of brought me back to when I was his age. Like, he finds so much joy in the fact that he gets to go play professional golf. There's not one complaint, and like, I was warned when I was his age that I would complain when I'm older, and sure enough, here we are. And so it's kind of nice to be reminded of like the kid that learns to love the game like that, and that's Tom Kim right now. So I don't see him changing at all. He's built differently, and it's really cool to see that and it's really cool to see their interest in the PGA Tour specifically. None of them have had any interest in trying to go anywhere else, and it's been really cool to see them want to get out and kind of break records for Korea, and it won't be long before you see a Korean major champion at all. Well, yeah, I guess you have with Wai Yang, but another one.
Hey
Right
guys,
here.
Jordan Simone, Freestone Insurance Group. Good to see you guys.
Hold on, can I write that down? Let me write
Well
that
done,
down.
well done.
Okay, keep that in mind. I think all of us here, we're all big fans of the game of golf. We all dream, we work real hard. We look forward to those boys' golf trips. What are each of your favorite boys' golf trip?
Good
I
question.
feel like they're going to be the
Good
same.
question.
Good question.
Boys golf trip. You ever been on one?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say. I mean, I think Baker's is probably as good as it got.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, did you guys go there?
We honestly don't get to go on a whole lot of golf trips just because that's our job is to play, and so our vacations aren't typically around golf. I think as far as guys' golf trips, I've done, I can probably count them on one hand, but yeah, the first trip we did to Baker's when it was, just Jordan, JT, and Smiley and myself. Yeah, we had a darn good time.
Yeah, I would say I approached Rickie's wedding as a guy's golf trip too, which I probably shouldn't have.
Well, you separated the guys part and then went back to
That's right.
wedding part.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, I'd say that first trip. But they're all the same.
We had a good trip to Ohoopee.
Yeah, we went to Ohoopee in the middle of COVID, May of COVID. It was Gary Woodland, Rickie, Justin,
Kiz, Duff.
Kiz, Duff. So that was a really good crew, and we were able to just kind of. It was nice because no one had left the house in 2 months and go out, and that was a really fun trip.
Did you think about sending Gary back home?
No, Gary was half my ride there. So
Okay, perfect.
That's the only reason he gets invited.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You bring the plane, you get to come.
Good question.
Hey, I'm
else we got?
Shelly, and I'm not from Freestone, but I'm from Colorado. And I just want to know, what's the most valuable thing besides golf that you're going to give to your children in life?
That's deep. That's
Deep.
deep, boys.
Steve.
Colt, you first.
This was quite different than the normal Subpar episode.
Yes, yeah.
Colorado.
Well, I'm sitting up here with three fathers, so I'm going to let y'all take this one.
Different than the typical when's the last time you pooped your pants stories we like to tell on the show.
I was just about to get there at Rickie's wedding, but then I stopped. Go ahead, Sleaze.
Mine's an introduction to Jordan's
Oh my
son,
God.
Sammy. I'm going to introduce
Mine's an
Quincy to
mine's
Sammy.
an introduction to
Rearrange
Maya
that thing.
Fowler.
Ipso facto, I'm retired. Wham, bam, thank you, into the sunset. That's mine. I don't know what yours is.
No prenup.
Nope. It's all about trust in this relationship, Jordan. You know what I mean? That's the old daddy's retirement plan. See you at Baker's. We'll go to Baker's all the time, dude. It'll be the best.
Look,
Take you there whenever you want.
I'm not against this plan.
That's a good plan, by the way. That's a good question. Let's leave it to the main events here to answer that.
I guess any education that they want is probably the easiest, put them on a path to success.
So not Texas.
I didn't really go there long enough to determine if it was good or bad.
Oklahoma State.
Well, Wyndham went to
I didn't last
he
long.
went to Oklahoma State for a little bit.
I know, and look at him. Can't read his shirt. Munisa, pal.
For me, outside of being able to send them to school wherever, just kind of family values I was brought up with, and my wife as well. Put them on their path and let them go free.
You're both going to be great parents. I feel very confident.
They already are.
It's trial and error and learn
Who
as
do
you
you think
go.
changes a diaper faster? Right now, both your kids poop their pants. Who's coming out of there fastest? Go.
I got less creases having a boy, so probably me.
Ah, valid. Less creases. That's valid.
Grow up. It's anatomy.
Yeah, get over yourselves. It's a diaper.
I don't know. I'm pretty good. I can set up the slumber pod pretty quickly too.
That's valuable.
No,
Yeah.
I'd take Rick in just about any. Yeah, I'd take Ricky in just about anything on that.
JT beating him in the octagon and changing diaper. A guy
No.
does it all.
JT? No.
No, I'm just saying you beat him in the octagon. And
Oh
change
yeah, I was
diapers
gonna say. I
fast.
thought you were saying JT
No,
was gonna
anything
change
Jack
quick.
of all
Anything
trades.
needs to be set up or packed or anything, take Rick over me.
We're losing
Deal.
them.
Deal. I like these questions. Any
All
more?
right.
What do we got?
Who's got the microphone?
We got a lot of golfers
I'm
out
back.
here.
Oh, he's
I was
back.
hoping for Max home again, but he still hasn't shown up.
Still sorry.
So damn it.
Phone a friend.
I guess we'll just deal with you two. No, I did actually have a real question about the. She brought up your kids. Did something change your motivation for more motivation since you've been a parent, or to be better at golf, or just be a better parent and it doesn't matter what happens anymore in golf? And then the other question is, with the boys trip, who's the better drinker and golfer, like drunk golfer?
I know the answer
It's
to
for
this.
sure not me on the second. It's 100% Ricky on the second part.
I'm just good at
Winner.
finding cruising altitude and staying there. Some of the other guys try and go to space.
Go to the.
You must have read Sleaze's book.
Sometimes I go fly a little too high. You know what I mean? It can happen. Cruising altitude, we take it up a notch.
Ricky definitely wins
Jordan
that.
does. You get it?
What altitude would you consider yourself right now?
Stealth bomber. Where's the stealth bomber fly at? I'm up there.
Are you to the spy balloon, or are you just
Yeah,
below the
I just
stealth
passed
bomber?
the balloon and I took care of it. You're welcome.
The good news is this episode is going to be like our first one with Jordan.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Good. Rick,
or the kids part.
More motivation.
I'd say I'd say with the little one, the motivation stuff didn't necessarily change. It just motivated me to get the same amount of work done in a shorter period of time. Just having to be a bit more efficient, and because you want to get home and spend time with her and family. It's a lot different than being single and just being able to go hang out the course all day.
Yeah, I didn't feel that. To be honest, I didn't feel motivation change one way or the other. Like our other question there, separating the two. I feel that when he gets up from his nap, like 3:30 or something, I want to get back and hang out with them because I left early in the day. You know what I mean? So, like Ricky said, get more done. But as far as goals, I mean, I don't feel that they've lessened. I don't feel like perspective has changed them to go do something more. Like they're already as high as they can be, and I think Rick feels the same way. So it's
These questions have gone a
What
lot
do you think-
differently than I thought they would.
what do you think Max's answer would be?
actually really
For our guy.
similar. I actually think Max's would be really similar.
Should we get Mike Commodore involved back there?
He's at cruising altitude.
One of the
also.
favorites on Golf Subpar, Mike Commodore, is in the house.
What about Neeler? I can see Neeler's teeth.
No,
I can
he's
see
not a
Neeler's
favorite.
teeth from here.
Someone peel Morrow off the floor. Get him to ask something.
All right, we got time for a couple more questions. Then we got to let these guys
I have a
go.
question, Colt.
Oh, okay, Claire.
I want to know where you guys would all rank the 16th tee shot at Scottsdale among like the most nerve-wracking on tour. That's my question.
Be a top couple. As far as what you actually, it's not ranked that high in the hardest, but as far as the most nerve-wracking, first tee shot to maybe the last couple if you're in a tight match at the end of a Ryder Cup. Those are, and then 16 would be behind that. Obviously coming down the stretch, a big tee shot in a major or something when you're towards the top. So it's right there. It's number one on the normal list.
Sleaze?
First tee ball at the Larry. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. There's cart girls all over the place. You know what I mean? Just all kinds of eyeballs. That'd be mine.
I would say 16, definitely the first few times you play it, it's one of the biggest kind of adrenaline rushes and just not an uncomfortable, but not a normal situation that you face on a golf course.
For you guys, do y'all take the adrenaline? Do y'all play that as a factor?
Not now.
Not now? You're used to it now?
I play it.
We're good now.
I played with Harold
I
Varner.
had 5 yards.
I played with Harold Varner his first year, and he flew the back bunker on 16. He had 8-iron out to the back pin, and I look at his guy, I'm like, nope. And he's like, he wants to hit it. And it literally one-hopped off the grandstand. So for some, I would say it definitely comes into effect.
And do you cheer for that? It's like a home run. You know what I mean? Like,
Didn't affect me.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was good. It's wild, though. There's no doubt. I mean, I don't care who you are. I would imagine your heart gets racing a little more when you walk through the tunnel.
Will you be better prepared this year for a hole-in-one than you were last year in announcing that hole-in-one?
First off, that was the call of the year. I don't understand how you don't think I was prepared. Huh?
Sam, what do you think? Where's Sam?
Sam, what'd you
I mean,
think
he's
about my
obviously
call?
seen the video a lot. I don't know where he went.
Preoccupied. He's with Morrow. All right, anybody else? We got Jordan Spieth, Rickie. Here we go.
One more, and then we got to get out of here.
Hey, Lawrence Jarvie, Alcoholics Anonymous counselor, if anybody needs any.
Good to have
you. Hey, boys, if you can't play golf tomorrow, what do you do?
Play hockey. It's way easier.
Attaboy.
Hey.
Wow. Yes.
We got 4 hockey boys back there that might want a word with you,
Tommy
Jordan.
didn't hear it.
Yeah, none of them can understand what you're saying, so you're lucky.
All right, we got Brendan Morrow, Ray Whitney, Mike Commodore, and James Neal. You got to drop the gloves with one of them. Who you going with?
I'm not taking on Morrow. I'm a Stars fan. I just
You answer the question.
anybody but Morrow.
Uh,
And I'm still gonna get the crap beat out of me, but I may not die.
I dropped Whitney. It's not that hard.
Rickie, what would you do if you weren't playing golf?
I'd throw the leg back over the dirt bike and go have some fun.
Oh,
that sounds
like
about as dangerous as fighting one of them.
Yeah.
You're going to get hurt either way.
It's true.
Both got problems. Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for coming out to the first Larry. Thank you, Rickie Fowler, Jordan Spieth. Y'all been amazing. Thank you so much. All right. Well, both guys have been on Golf Subpar before, but this was a special one. Live from the Larry, Jordan Spieth, Rickie Fowler, getting ready for the WM Phoenix Open. Really cool to see their perspective on this week in general and everything else that's going on in the golf
world. Yeah, their
world.
first answer is 16 is damn near the exact same answer when Rick strolled up. I was like, he copied off your homework there, Jordan. They said the same thing. But, dude, both those guys, I mean, their time obligations this week, dude. Like, being out there, being a part, like, Rickie especially, I've seen his, like, personally. I mean, he's like one of the Beatles when he's at that thing. The amount of autographs, the amount of pictures, media, Jordan's in the same category. Like, dude, so much time they have to commit to other people. For them to come up here, do a little Q&A with us, have a little chat and do all that, huge tip of the cap to those guys, man. They're a special breed because if they would have said can't make it, I would have been like, totally get it.
Totally get it. It's very easy to say no. Got to give them huge thank you for everything they do. They're great for the game of golf, and they're awesome to Golf Subpar. So glad they could stop by. But good news, Sleaze. FanDuel is back.
Oh, time to get rich again.
Don't miss your chance to step up to the tee and take a swing at betting the PGA Tour on FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet the Tour with a no-sweat first bet up to $3,000 back in bonus bets. And as always, Sleaze, there's tons of options to choose from. You can bet everything. We're going to pick you a favorite and a dark horse. For me, this event is very special to this guy. He's an Arizona State. What are they called?
Sun Devil.
Arizona State Sun
Did you
Devil.
say Thunderbird?
About to say Thunderbird.
Call
You're a
them
Thunderbird.
Thunderbirds. Yeah, that's
It is what it is. I think he's a very pissed off Spaniard coming after his finish out at Torrey Pines where he had a chance to win his third event in a row. He loves this golf course. He loves the home crowd. I'm going John Rahm.
And they love him back.
Really out on a limb, aren't I?
I love that. If it's not Rory or Rahm, like that, The whole world's gonna bet Rory and Rahm. That ain't a wrong answer there. So I love the Rahm pick. Dan, he came close as an am, by the way, and I think he's got his heart set on his major championships for Rahm, and then this thing. I'm gonna go just a little further down because I think Rory and Rahm they're the ones, right? Give me Xander Schauffele, 14-1, dude. I feel like I pick him all the time. He's been close at this thing before, but just, I mean, it's gonna click eventually, and he's gonna clip off, one of these big ones like this, elevated event, all the motivation in the world. I'm just gonna roll with Xander. There's no bad options up here at the top, by the way.
No, and for my dark horse, I'm gonna go with a guy who was heartbroken here last year. Was a sponsor exemption, got a horrendous bounce on 17, or he could have been in that playoff with Patrick Cantlay and Scotty Scheffler. He's going to win at some point. You can find him anywhere from 42 to 45-1, depending on where you get it. Sahith Theegala.
Love him. We got to get him on this show soon, by the way. He was a great sponsor's invite. I'm sending it down to a current sponsor's invite. Huge disappointment for him. Great getting in the tournament. Had to miss the Larry today. And I know that guts him. Taylor Montgomery, 60-1. I don't have to talk about his recent track record. It's been about as good as anyone. Finally took a week off, which cost him a little bit of money.
Think he lost it?
We'll see. We'll see. The way he rolls it and the way he's hitting it right now, it's 60-1. I'll take TM. And I know he's thrilled to be here. He's down there right now doing kissing all the babies and doing the stuff. But give me Taylor.
You know what they say. If you don't use it, you lose it.
I've heard that. I think it's true.
All right, well, those are our picks for this week. So see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code SUBPAR to get started with your no-sweat first bet up to $3,000. FanDuel Sportsbook, official betting operator of the PGA Tour, must be 21 years and older in select states. You know the drill. All right, it's time. The WM Phoenix Open is upon us. It's time to hydrate and get ready to roll, my man.
It's here. It is live. Today was live. Last thing from me, huge shout out to everybody from the Larry. Getting a lot of messages. I know there were some people that wanted to play it, were unable to play it. Hopefully we'll run this back again, but a big thank you to not only all the pros, all the celebrities that showed up, all the people that signed up for this. I think we had a great time. It couldn't have gone any better, but huge thank you to everyone that supported it and all the listeners. We love you guys.
It's weird how they announced last call, and there's a line of 47 people over there at the bar right now.
Second to last call right now.
I love it. Seriously, everyone, it was awesome. Couldn't do it without you. And also, don't forget to go to the Golf.com Pro Shop, pick you up some Phoenix Open, WM Phoenix Open merch.
Right here.
We got hoodies, T-shirts, green birdie juice hats, all for the special occasion. Saturday's green out day. Expect to see a lot of y'all out there wearing it, and I'm also going to be throwing a lot into the crowd on 16 on Saturday.
Yeah, dangle over the railings on 16. BG's firing them up there.
It is going to be a time. Everyone have a great time. We'll talk to you on next week's Golf Subpar.